What's good? It's your boy, Mixtape Moth, and today I'm going to do a review of the new Tsu Surf album entitled MSYKM. Let's get to it. Tsu Surf is a rapper coming out of Newark, New Jersey, aka the Brick City. Now, New Jersey has a history of producing very underrated lyricists. You have artists like Redman, Joe Budden, Chino XL, and Ransom, all representing New Jerusalem. While Tsu Surf has been dropping albums throughout the 2010s, he is most known for his success in the battle rap circuit. Like I've mentioned before in other videos, I'm not huge into the battle rap scene, although I do have a great deal of respect for it. It's just not really my thing. However, I was first put onto Surf's music by way of his 2015 Newark mixtape, which I liked a lot. He's been really consistent over the years. Although I haven't heard everything he's dropped, I was impressed by the Newark mixtape and 2019's 725. So with Surf, you are getting quite a bit of storytelling, pain-inflicted bars that reflect his lifestyle growing up in Newark, as well as some very slick wordplay. Again, the battle rap thing isn't my forte, but from what I've been able to gather, it seems like Surf is really the best in his field when it comes to making complete and cohesive albums. He just seems to be a lot more polished and experienced than other battle MCs, I'd say, with the exception of RJ Payne, because he has some solid albums under his belt as well. At the end of the day, Tsu Surf is a street guy through and through. He's lived the life, and his authenticity bleeds into the mic when he spits. His delivery is often strong and aggressive. It's not very smooth, but he does at times rap over smooth production, which helps to balance things out. This new album entitled MSYKM, which stands for Make Sure You Kill Me, contains 13 tracks and lasts approximately 43 minutes. My overall thoughts and opinions was that it was mostly good. There were a few missteps, whether it was what I deemed to be unnecessary auto-tune hooks or a track or two that didn't seem to fit with the vibe of the album. But let me get into a track-by-track breakdown. The opener, 327, has some suspenseful production. It's dark and aggressive, which matches his hard-nosed flow. He's just going full tilt with no hook. It kind of reminds me of G Herbo's intro track on PTSD, where he was just unleashing bars of fury. A line that stood out was, "Relationship with fiends. I felt the pain when her son died." So it's this kind of vivid imagery that makes you really feel him and understand his story. On Nana Crib, we get some softer and more soulful production. This is an emotional track in which Surf paints a picture of the struggle while detailing what it takes to survive where he comes from. I was really pleased with this song overall. The features were great. Both Herb and Mozzie really brought their A game. Honestly, this track could have easily fit on either of Mozzie's or G Herbo's most recent projects. G Herbo seemed focused and on beat, while Mozzie continued to deliver his very crisp and descriptive bars on street life. Both Surf and Jim Jones offer some words of caution on the track Carefulwhoyoulove. The production is even more laid back, but it continues in this emotional, soulful, and pensive kind of state. They both remind us that trust is a luxury, especially if you are getting it out of the trenches. Jim Jones states, "Scary era we living in, glorifying rats," which immediately made me think of the Tekashi situation and how I've been sickened by some people's short-term memory. I personally don't care if Tekashi is entertaining or if the troll thing seems to be funny to some people. I will never listen to that dude's music off principle. The track Go Up sticks out like a sore thumb. I think he attempted to throw in a banger to break up the laid-back tempo, but it seemed really out of place given the vibe of the other tracks. While the instrumental itself isn't actually bad, for some reason Surf and Earthquake Jones decided it sounded good to scream all throughout the record. It made it barely listenable. Their flows were so jarring, and I couldn't even recognize when Surf was rapping, to be honest. Conversely, on Black Cream, Surf and Benny the Butcher chef up some marvelous drug rap. I'm digging the chilling vocal sample throughout, as well as the melodic keys. Lyrically, this one is full of quotables, mainly from Benny. He states, probably start up a turf war off a Benny and Surf song at your funeral, 20 dudes with straps in a church hall. Free My Ops features some auto-tune vocals from a guy named Baby Hendrix. I couldn't get into this one mainly because it failed to stand out from any of the other generic auto-crooning style tracks that are currently oversaturating the market. Surf discusses some relationship issues on the track Fuck It. This one is obviously more geared to his female fan base. I didn't mind the production, but there was nothing too noteworthy about this one to make me want to revisit it. Next up, we get Soul, which features some luxurious piano production. It's a short one, but it has some nice introspection. He states, heart a little cold, apologize how I came across, dudes change every day, miss me with that brother talk. He also speaks on the trauma he's experienced as a result of gang life. On No Disrespect, Surf and Lady London exchange slick bars in a back and forth type manner. It's kind of a wavy yet flirtatious track. It's definitely more of a relationship slash R&B record, but I think that it works. The instrumental is syrupy yet melodic enough, plus Justin Love manages to come through with a solid hook. There's something very late 90s to early 2000s sounding about the beat. It's giving me some Charlie Baltimore or Bad Boy Records sounding vibes overall. I know we are headed into summer, but both Dave East and Surf dropped some chilling stories on cold winters. The saxophone backdrop is ideal for Dave and Surf to paint their portraits of the struggle. Despite how cold it gets out there, Surf still abides by a code as evident on the lines. Caught the dude slipping, got the pass, he was with his daughter. It just reinforces that real G's understand certain things are off limits. It's kind of like in the show The Wire when they talked about the Sunday truce. You know, there's not going to be any shooting on Sunday. A man's got to have a code. Dave East really brought that gutter New York energy to the track. He didn't say anything too crazy on here, but his voice meshed really well with the production. Although I did like the I'm sending paper, these dudes send in emojis bar. It presents Dave as someone who actually tries to change lives while others merely send emojis or praying hands as a sign of support. We get another Baby Hendrix feature on Heartless. I don't mind this one as much as Free My Ops, but I don't foresee myself having the urge to play it anytime soon. It's kind of I don't hate it, but I definitely don't love it. On 5-7, we get some stellar storytelling over some smooth soul sample production. The beat is giving me some mid to late 2000s Rockefeller Records vibes for some reason, but overall it's a very effective track. The album wraps up with the lengthy Quarantine Tales. This track is over 8 minutes long, but it is nice if you have the time to listen to it in its entirety. Although I think it could have been separated into 2 songs, especially given that there is a beat switch. Overall, I give this album a rating of 3.8 out of 5. I think it's a solid release, but realistically, I can only see myself replaying about 9 of the 13 tracks. At the end of the day, I didn't care for songs like Go Up, Free My Ops, Fuck It, or Heartless, but I thought the remaining ones were great. Surf showed his versatility on much of this album. We got a lot of strong storytelling, slick metaphors, but mostly what I dug were the more heartfelt and personal narratives. He's very relatable as an artist, especially if you've ever went through a lot or grew up in a similar type of environment, and even if you haven't, he will take you there. I thought the guest features did an excellent job, minus Baby or BB Hendrix, and maybe that's just an issue that I had with him. Some of you may enjoy what he brought to the table, but personally I thought his contributions were pretty mediocre. My favorite tracks include Nana Crib, Careful Who You Love, Black Cream, No Disrespect, Cold Winters, and 5-7. Let me know what you thought of this album in the comment section below. Was this project dope? Was it a nope? What should I check out next? It's your boy, Mixtape Moth. I'm signing out. But as always, it's peace and blessings. Tsu Surf. Make sure you kill me. 1.